Welcome to the Worst of the Riot podcast. Coming up, find out which one of us is kind of getting into gnomes.
Also, a conspiracy theory that makes the movie Up even sadder. And more on the Worst of the Riot podcast. My favorite panda. It's a pretty star-studded cast. Jack Black as Poe, of course. Also featured Jackie Chan as Monkey. Angelina Jolie and many more. Who plays Mantis?
I am going to guess one of my all-time favorite actors, Idris Elba.
The answer I was looking for, which some people texted incorrectly. Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Forgot he was in it?
Let's do some rapid fire. In the second movie, Lord Shen, the main evil antagonist, is what animal?
Gorilla.
No! No!
A peacock.
Oh.
He was a peacock. When they originally wrote the movie, who was supposed to be Poe's adopted father?
Who was supposed to play him?
Yeah, like who was, like what character in the movie was supposed to be
Adopted father.
his dad?
Mantis.
What?
I don't know
Shifu.
I don't know the characters.
Shifu was supposed to be Poe's adoptive dad, which is why he is actually a red panda. And his name, Shifu, means father / teacher.
Well, why'd they change it?
I don't know. They wanted it to be a duck or goose instead. What is Poe's go-to move that ends the battle against Tai Lung?
Skadoosh. Is that what he calls it?
The whooshy finger hold.
Got it.
But he does say skadoosh when he does it.
He does. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So you weren't far off.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whooshy finger hold.
Okay.
Kung Fu Panda, not your strong suit.
No. You've spoiled much of it for me now. I don't know if I can ever watch these
have
movies.
I?
Yeah. Happy National Panda Day. It's crazy. Why didn't they just wait to release Kung Fu Panda 4 on National Panda Day?
Would have made way more sense.
Yeah, way more sense.
Do yourself a favor and follow The Riot on Instagram at RadioU Riot.
Do you think it's too early to start thinking about Halloween?
Yes.
Because Home Depot doesn't. Home Depot just announced earlier this week. Remember how they have the 12-foot skeleton?
I vaguely remember that.
You don't live near anybody that has one of those up all year round at this point?
Not really. I don't live near people who have a lot of yard decorations.
Oh, okay. Because I know I don't know the person, but I know a house where they have the 12-foot skeleton, and it's up all year round. And then they put different outfits on it. And so they're probably pretty jazzed to hear this news that Home Depot is expanding their giant skeleton line, and probably the most important addition to their 12-foot skeleton line is they now have a giant skeleton dog that can be the 12-foot skeleton's pet. Kind of cute.
Meh.
Doesn't do anything for you?
Does absolutely nothing
I
for
thought
me.
you liked Halloween.
I do like Halloween. Do I care about yard decorations?
But
Am
then
I running to Home Depot today?
Some people are. Some people put in their pre-orders right now. And guess what? To make matters better, that's not the only new thing they've added. They've also inexplicably added a pirate giant skeleton. Just a giant pirate, it looks like. A headless horseman to their lineup. They've got that's scary. They got a plague doctor, Frankenstein's monster, and a skeleton that appears to be gambling.
Let me ask you this. What can you have in your yard year-round that people wouldn't look down upon? My answer might be nothing.
Bushes.
Well, yes, you could have nature, I think. But like if you're having any kind of decoration year-round, I don't know if I can think of one that people would approve of all year-round.
My parents' house had an old-timey plow, like a hand plow in it. Does that look down upon?
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good decoration.
It was kind of cool. It did deteriorate over time, but it was there when they moved in and they never got rid of it.
Another thing I'm a fan of gnomes.
Do you like the gnomes?
I think gnomes are funny.
I don't want
I might be a gnome guy later in
I don't
life.
want to pass judgment on gnome people, but I'm not into gnomes.
I think I might be a gnome guy later in life. I've already kind of started to tread that way a little. I could go for gnomes.
You started to trend
In
that
my
way.
home, I have certain decorations that might seem like maybe one day I could own a gnome.
What's weird is by the time you're into gnomes, they won't be trendy anymore. If you go and like you're looking for decorations, for interior decorating, the gnome is very trendy. That gnome, you've probably seen it. It's got that giant hat, and then all you see is the gnome's nose and its beard.
I see it right now.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never
very
seen that
popular.
before.
Very popular. Seems very popular.
Well, maybe by the
I
time
would
that
never.
I get into it, maybe it'll be less expensive.
I feel like I see it a lot, but that might be because Angela and I both not into the gnomes, and so we kind of laugh at them.
Oh, I
whenever we
like
see
gnomes.
them.
I'm for sure into gnomes.
We're talking about yard decorations you can have all year round. What about this one? Fountain.
Fountain you can have all year
That's
round.
elegant.
You can for sure have fountain year round,
Yeah.
and people won't look down upon that. I think anything in the garden that looks natural, as if it's supposed to be there.
Mhm.
But if you have some like outlandish decorations, I'm against them immediately.
Like a 12-foot skeleton.
12-foot
for example.
skeleton, anything Christmas, anything like super seasonal.
What if you
holiday-esque.
have some kind of lights up all year round, even if they're not like Christmas style lights, but maybe you customize them for different times a year?
I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
As long as they don't look like too much. They have to be kind of like low-key lights.
Yeah.
What about politicians? Aren't you for that?
It's your choice. It's your yard.
I like them because then I know if I like you or not.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Do you think in 2024 you can ask somebody out in person?
When you say that, do you mean like a stranger?
Yes. You just see somebody, can you make a move on a stranger? Is there any setting when you're out and about you can talk to a stranger and go up to them and make an advance?
Like introduce yourself?
Yeah, and just be like, hey, can I have your number?
Yeah, you can do that.
You can do that?
100% you can do that.
How would you go about it even?
You just walk up to them, say hello.
You're not concerned with that being frowned upon anymore?
No.
Because...
But it depends on the setting, too.
Yeah.
But you can for sure do that.
Grocery store. Can you do it?
100% you can do it.
You can do it.
100%.
I don't know if I recommend it.
I wouldn't say I recommend it, but you can do it.
What about bus stop?
Oh, for sure. That might be the best spot.
That's
She's stuck there.
This is different too, because for ladies, I mean, if they wanted to, if you're a woman, I feel like nobody would be upset with you if you just went up and started flirting with any guy anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's probably true?
Yeah.
Grocery store, you're 100%. Nobody, but guys, we have to watch ourselves. And so this is just a debate that's been going on, particularly in the New York Post was asking people whether they thought it was okay. And actually, it sounds like, and this is anecdotal, but it sounds like some women wish it would happen more often.
A little how do you do,
Yeah.
huh?
So if that's not the invite that a bunch of guys right now need.
No, we don't want to encourage them.
This is a quote from Astoria resident Catherine Rose. She says, "I wish it happened more often. I think it's a lost art getting approached in person. I think, but you have to agree with dating apps and stuff. It's got to be more rare. People
Way
are
more
too
rare.
with dating apps and just feeling like something could go very wrong for you if you say something wrong or something. I feel like guys more nervous about it than they even used to be. And some guys, I might have been one of them, too nervous in the first place before dating apps. You remove dating apps from the equation, I'd still be too nervous to do it.
This is something that's crazy. And I see this happen all the time, especially with some of my friends, is we would like go out on the town, a night out with the buddies, and there would be a million women in the same room as them that they could go up to and introduce themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And what do I look over? At a bunch of men on their phones, on dating apps.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? This
Swiping
room is a
Tinder.
dating app. You can walk around, introduce yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and you can snap of the finger so much faster than
Yeah.
waiting on a reply. But a lot of people
And much more natural, too.
Yes, a lot of people would prefer to start it out online, which I understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot less intimidating to send a message than going up to someone. But at some point, you're going to have to meet face to face.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense, especially depending on the setting. Grocery store, I don't think I'd recommend that. But
Unless you're reaching for the same thing.
That's straight
it's
out
meant
of
to be.
that's straight out of a rom-com. But if you're a night on a, like, you're in the right setting, the women there are thinking probably the same thing you're thinking. That they went out, they were like, I hope I meet somebody. And
Hopefully somebody comes up to me.
You could be that somebody, apparently.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
Isaiah, I got another money-making venture for you. Here's what we got to do. Step 1, buy a ranch. Step 2, import sheep from Asia. Clone them to make them into giant hybrid sheep, and then sell hunting tickets to hunters to let them come hunt our giant sheep.
This isn't the worst idea I've heard.
No,
I would do it differently.
What would you do differently?
I wouldn't buy...
You had a farm. You have more expertise in animal husbandry than I do.
I wouldn't buy a bunch of sheep from Asia.
Okay.
I would buy a sheep
Just
from
one.
Asia.
One single sheep.
And then if I have a cloner, if I got a cloning machine,
Uh-huh.
I can just clone that one over and over again. It's almost a hack. Farmers everywhere will be cloning cows.
Well, let me tell you the error in this money-making scheme. One, with your idea, is that cloning isn't like instant.
How long does it take to clone?
Well, you actually...
In the movies, it's instant.
No, I'm just learning this now, that you take like the DNA from one sheep and you put that into an embryo, but then it still has to like be gestated by another sheep. So it has to go through the whole baby process.
Oh, so it's still being born.
It's like, yeah, it's a clone of the other
But that's
one.
not
It's the
even a
exact
clone.
same. Yes, it is.
That is not the cloning everyone
In the
was thinking of.
No, it's not. In the technical term, though, that's what, at this point, I guess what they mean when they say they can clone sheep. 2, also, this plan would be illegal because this is what I just explained to you is what an 80-year-old Montana man did. But the problem is he's now in some hot water with the Department of Justice because of the fact that he was importing sheep from Asia that are alternative livestock now at this point. And you're not supposed to be doing that. So, and also he was like, because of how he was combining these sheep DNA to make these massive monster, he called the sheep, what was his name for them? It was good. The mountain, I think he called him the Mountain King.
I like that name.
Yeah.
Want to come hunt the Mountain King?
Come hunt the Mountain King. And so I guess business was booming. This is all working out very well for him for a while. But now the owner of Shoebarth Ranch in some trouble because you're not supposed to be illegally cloning sheep from another country, using them to make monster sheep.
Does it feel like, how wrong does this feel, though, on a scale of 1 to 10? It doesn't feel that wrong. Does it feel that wrong?
I guess on the rating scale of wrong, it feels more wrong because of all the effort you have to put in. But as far as like the consequences, it feels like it should. I mean, it's not like
he's
killing
getting
somebody.
5 years in jail, $250,000 in fines.
I feel like a lot of fines would be enough.
See,
I feel like that would get the message across.
I guess he did make a lot of money off of it. I wonder too how this affects the sheep.
True. Who's thinking of the sheep right
Like
now?
that's like, I assume that's why he's in a bunch of trouble. Obviously,
Yeah.
the importing the Asian sheeps probably also got him in trouble. But if the sheep are okay, like if he's just like pretty much just making new sheep and they're fine, then I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. If these sheep are like being harmed in the process, obviously we don't want that to happen.
No,
but
Well, I
if
mean,
you
they
can,
are being eventually killed by hunters.
but that's just a part of the cycle. If you're able to make giant sheep hybrids and all the sheep are able to like live a pretty decent life for a little bit, I would say I'm not completely opposed to that.
Yeah.
This isn't the worst idea I've ever heard.
It also feels like this is the type of guy you don't put him in jail. You offer him a deal. It's like, listen, you're clearly a very smart individual. You figured out how to clone these the Montana Mountain King sheep. Well, let's put you to work. Start cloning some obviously he would go to the military. Start making some big beast of an animal we can deploy in the military.
I'm thinking completely different. I'm thinking chicken.
Chicken.
I need some bigger chickens. That way when I go boneless wings at B-dubs, they're going to be huge.
Give this guy, put his expertise to good use, is all I'm saying.
I'd like some giant cows for some giant hamburgers with my giant steak.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
A woman just went to Disney World for the very first time to celebrate her 106th birthday. 106 years old, she wanted to celebrate by finally going to Disney World. Her name is Magnolia Jackson. And I wonder, you're 106 years old, what kind of rides can you ride at Disney World?
0.
Not many, right? I feel like you might be too fragile to get on Space Mountain, if I had to guess. But she did get to meet, I have video here. She got to meet Mickey and Minnie and whatever. And I was also thinking, you're 106 years old, you're going to spend your whole birthday waiting in line. But I think they gave her special treatment, because she's...
Oh, they let her skip the lines?
I think so. If anything she wanted to do, I think she got to just roll right on ahead. And, here's something I think that I often forget. At Disney World, I guess when you're a kid, you think mostly about the rides and meeting the characters. But there's a lot of, fancier stuff at Disney World, higher end, where they try to cater to adults that I just don't even know about because I could never afford it. And so she probably got to do some of that stuff, right?
I can't be too sure. It feels like Disney World would not be the place I'd want to be for my 106th birthday.
I was wondering that. I was wondering, what do you think if you make it to 106? How do you think you'll celebrate your 106th birthday?
Well, you got to think Disney World can be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
To go there.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I'm like, why would you not maybe go see the Grand Canyon? I feel like that could be a better birthday.
It's
more
free.
Relaxing.
Yeah.
Or any kind of big monument like that.
Yeah. And that's nature too. That's maybe at 106 years old, it might be hard to find things that impress you, but sometimes just the majesty of nature in a way that you've never experienced
bucket
before,
list thing.
You might be able to do it.
But maybe Disney World is too, I guess.
Yeah.
But in my mind, if you really wanted to go to Disney World, you wouldn't have waited until you're 106.
That's right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. And I just saw this headline too. Disney is going to be pouring $30 billion in investments into making upgrades at Disney World and Disneyland. So she should have just waited.
Couple more years.
Yeah, it's going to be much better, it sounds like. Which also means the prices are going to go up, by the way, I'm sure, if they haven't already.
Yeah, I'm thinking by your 106th birthday, you've probably done everything that you really wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so then anything after that, you're like, should I go to Disney World?
Yeah.
I guess so.
But she looks like she's having a good time, though. She seems like she's having fun. And at 106, if you're having fun, what else can you ask for?
And then you think, too, think of all the people that are there that are having a worse time than you. At 106 years old, it's like everyone between the age of 29 and 105.
Yeah, pretty much. She, aside from possibly the children, she was the happiest person there.
For sure.
The happiest person in the happiest place on earth.
I guess it was a good birthday party then.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on Radio U.
Speaking of food, Isaiah, we're almost to St. Patrick's Day. Have you had a Shamrock Shake yet at McDonald's?
I have not had one yet.
Have you ever had one in your life?
I've had Shamrock Shakes before.
You like them?
They're good. I like mint.
Mm-hmm.
I went to UDF recently.
Yeah.
Went to my usual mint chocolate chip milkshake. They asked me if I wanted Shamrock in it.
Uh-huh.
I said no.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. But he asked me, I said no.
It sounds like they're spiking it, possibly, at UDF.
Would you like some Shamrock?
Yeah, I guess they probably don't do it. It does sound just a little strange. But I like Shamrock Shakes, too. I'm realizing that I've got, 2 days now left to partake in a Shamrock Shake. They're going to disappear. And I feel like I kind of have to get one because I do like them. I can't go a whole season without getting the Shamrock Shake. But then it got me thinking. I was thinking, what are other food items? They could be fast food items or just like food that is very, very seasonal that you look forward to every year. That you're like, I can't wait till this time of year rolls around because I can eat this. Do you have any? And if not, well, why don't you think about it? And why don't we also open up the Riot Hotline?
877-2-RADIO-U.
I have some that I like.
Oh, you got some.
A lot of mine are coming up very quickly.
Oh, yeah?
They're just around the corner. And I
Okay.
can't wait to remind everyone of what we have to look forward to
Let's hear it.
right now.
Yeah,
you want one now?
start
You
us
want me
off. Start off.
Watermelon in the summer, by the pool. That's the first one I thought of. Pineapple by the pool. Any kind of fruit in the summertime
Mhm.
by the pool outside.
Strawberries in the summertime.
Mm.
Love some fresh strawberries. All right, that's a good start. We can do regular food. We can do fast food. We can do whatever. Foods that are seasonal that you look forward to. 877-2-RADIO-U. We'll see what people are saying next.
There's never been a can of worms they didn't open. The Riot, Radio U.
We're talking foods that are seasonal that you look forward to every single year. You know, with the Shamrock Shake about to leave us here in a few days, you got to make sure for many people that you get one of those Shamrock Shakes, at least one, before they disappear. So some other things people are looking forward to. Dakota chimed in at 877-2-RADIO-U. Dakota says, Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes.
That's a good answer.
Such a good answer. Those are ones we get in the break room a lot at Christmas time. Somebody kept bringing them in this year, and it was hard to stop at just one. And it's so silly, too, because Christmas tree cakes not that different from zebra cakes, which
They're
are available
different.
year-round, but they are different. Yeah, I never buy zebra cakes. The Christmas tree cakes come out, I got to get some. Jamie says the bomb pops during the summer and the 4th of July.
It's a good answer.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Those I'm sure are available year round, but they just hit different by the pool. Micah says, I always look forward to strawberry pretzel casserole around the 4th of July. What is that?
Strawberry pretzel casserole sounds good.
That does. Those are all things that I like. Strawberry, pretzels, casseroles. So that's a good answer. One of the ones that I thought of, also McDonald's, since we're talking Shamrock Shakes, is every year at Christmas time, they put out the holiday pie. I like their holiday pies. I think it's the best of all the McDonald's pies. And I don't really know what it is. It's like, it's just like their apple pie, but it's filled with like sugar cookie dough or something. I don't know. It's good. I'm sure a lot of people chiming in with the pumpkin spice latte still. That has a lot of hate directed towards it, but it's still popular for a reason. People love that thing.
They bring it back every year.
Yeah, and it's always a big deal. They keep making it earlier and earlier because the people want it. You got any more?
One that I always look forward to. This is a trio of
Okay.
3 different things.
Yep.
We've got hot dogs, brats, and hamburgers in the summertime at a cookout.
I feel like I see brats as a fall food.
Fall.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But hot dogs and burgers, obviously, I'm a year-round hot dogger.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right that all of those hit different at the right time of year.
Yeah, I
really
like
good.
all those. Like at a cookout anytime. I don't eat brats or hot dogs other than if I'm at a cookout. I would never buy brats or I would never buy hot dogs to have at my house because I'm not going to grill those up myself on a random Tuesday in the winter.
Uh-huh.
But in the summertime, if I go to a cookout or like a bonfire, I'm expecting some hot dogs, some brats, some hamburgers, and they just taste better
Yeah.
if I'm outside eating them.
And off of a grill, yeah, for sure.
I also have fish and chips when I'm on vacation.
On vacation.
Yeah, if I travel down to Florida,
Uh-huh.
I'm not eating fish and chips if I'm up north. That's not happening unless I'm close to the sea.
Uh-huh.
Which if I'm in
I
inter-America,
thought you're
I'm
an Ohio
not.
guy. You like going up to Lake Erie to get the perch.
Mm-mm,
They
no.
got good perch there.
Nope, I'm not a Lake Erie hanger outer. But I would say fish and chips if I'm heading down to Florida every time.
That's actually Jeff says fish and chips, the fish fries that happen like this time of year during Lent and whatever. That's a big thing for a lot of people. Joseph chimed in and said Brahms hot chocolate ice cream. No other hot chocolate ice cream is anywhere near as good.
I love the seasonal ice creams as well.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, and that reminds me of at Kroger, they have their candy cane ice cream that only comes out at Christmas time, and that is good. And that reminds me of another Kroger thing. They used to have candy cane soda, and I look for it hopefully every year, and they never have it anymore. And that was one of the best sodas that I ever had, and worth drinking the full calorie version of it. Lots of good answers here. 8772 Radio U. If you've got another food that's a seasonal food, only rolls around once a year, but you get excited every time, let us know.
There's never been a can of worms they didn't open. The Riot, Radio U.
We've got a conspiracy theory for you on this wonderful Friday. This one, a Pixar conspiracy theory.
What are they covering up?
About one of your favorite movies that probably broke your heart, and this conspiracy theory is going to make it even worse. We're talking about Up.
Oh.
This conspiracy theory states that whether it be from a broken heart, old age, or a combination of the two, this conspiracy says that Carl, the main character, the old man, died in his sleep the night after the court tells him he needs to move out of his house. He was deemed a public menace after striking a construction worker. But what follows then is Carl's journey to heaven as he's guided by a very special guardian angel, being Russell.
So Russell's not real?
Russell's just an angel. He is real.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess angel. Yeah.
Russell even says at one point, well, I've got to help you cross something. Because the whole time he's trying to get his final badge, which is assisting the elderly.
Yeah.
And he said, well, if you don't want to cross the street or cross the bridge, I have to help you cross something. And he is, in this movie, helping him cross something, cross his way into heaven.
The Great Divide.
Yes.
Yeah.
They also said that in this conspiracy theory, the house is a representation of Carl's physical attachment to his life in the world. And Carl has to find a way to let go of his attachment to the past. In the film, Carl refuses to give up his house, toting it around, tirelessly holding on to it at all costs. That is until the end, where he finally lets go of the home and follows Russell into the afterlife that looks a lot different than he and Ellie imagined it would. That's Paradise Falls.
He did. He found paradise at the end. Explain this then. What about the bad guy in the movie? How does that play into the equation?
Great question. They said that he was supposed to be the version of, not the devil, but trying to drag Carl down.
So even in Carl's dying moments, he was still, it wasn't determined.
Temptation.
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot to take in.
Take that in.
Yeah.
If Up wasn't sad enough. Now, there are some people that are trying to debunk it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to debunk it?
Yeah. What are the counter arguments?
So the course of the theory has some issues. One of them being that Carl in the end attends Russell's ceremony and eats ice cream with him.
True.
Which does hurt the whole him going to heaven thing. But they have a counter.
Okay.
They say that would be Carl returning to Earth after everything he went through to get to heaven.
As a ghost?
I guess so.
How does this explain Carl and Doug in like the shorts on Disney Plus?
They don't go into that.
They don't go that far.
They don't go into that.
Is that not a part of this theory?
It's not. They don't go into the shorts. I think that they're keeping that separate.
There's one where he goes on a date.
Yeah.
He gets real excited for it, but he's nervous.
Could be a heaven date.
Yeah. Do you date in heaven?
I can't be sure.
In the Pixar world, possibly.
Maybe you do.
Possibly. If this conspiracy theory is true, it seems that way.
Well, you can't stop Carl from doing what he wants to do.
No, he's very stubborn.
But yeah, that is the real sad Up conspiracy theory. Do I like that as much? I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy that one.
I don't like that as much.
People love to spin yarns about particularly Pixar movies. They love to come up I've heard theories. Have you ever heard this? That all of the Pixar movies occur in the same universe, and so they're all tied together. Listen to me telling you, the conspiracy theory expert, about this. That Boo from Monsters, Inc.
I've seen this one.
Turns into an old woman, and then she's the old woman in Brave.
I've seen this. They a lot of them do connect.
Yeah. It feels, and then Cars is like set in the future where cars become, I don't know. I don't know if I buy that one either. The fun thing about movie conspiracy theories, though, is in some sense, they are true if you just want them to be.
Yeah, you could make the plot line whenever you want. Like this Up one, you could make this. If you watch Up tonight, you could watch it from this point of view.
It's just how you view it.
It's how you view it. Jessica says, no, I do not accept this. Absolutely not. Carl texts in and says, as a Carl, this is too heavy for a Friday morning. Carl, you're right.
Add a little Riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
We haven't done one of these in a while. And by that, I mean with the Oreos. The Dirt Cake Oreos and the Tiramisu Oreo Thins are on the menu today. Isaiah, which one would you like to start with?
It's hard for me to say. I don't know if I can pick. Do we want to go thin or thick first?
Let's lead off with the Thins, I feel. Do you ever ride with the Oreo Thins?
I never have ridden with the Thins before. I've never bought Thins.
I've never bought them myself either, but I can tell you that I've had Oreo Thins in the past. They make different flavors of these, and they're actually they're really good. They've mastered it. It's just I just never buy them.
My issue with the Thins is I like that cream.
Yeah. But I think you can tell from the smell of these. These are tiramisu Oreos, very strong smelling. And I feel like that is an indication that although there's less filling, they pack more flavor into it, I feel, is my theory. But I guess we're about to find out when we actually partake.
Yeah, I prefer the double stuff. Double stuff is my go-to. I would rather have more of the filling than less. And so this thin here, I don't know how this is going to go for me.
Oh, it's going well for me over here. I'm eating an Oreo. It tastes good, and it's less calories. I'm a happy guy. These tiramisu, this is good. This is a good Oreo. Not lacking in the flavor department.
It has a lot of flavor. Do I like the flavor? It's very coffee.
It's got coffee. It almost feels like something. It almost has like a hint of coconut, but I don't think you normally have coconut in a tiramisu. But that's what I'm picking up on, and I don't like coconut. But whatever I'm tasting here, I like it. Those tiramisu Oreo Thins are going to be very tempting to me over in the break room.
You're liking it more than I am, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's a good. Yet again, am I ever going to buy Oreo Thins for my own pantry? Probably not. And the problem with Oreo Thins, too, even though they're less calories, can you eat only one? And if you eat several, does that really matter that they're less calories? But that was good. That was good. I give that a big. Are those necessary? Yes.
I would say no.
All right, let's do the Dirt Cake Oreos. These visually impressive. They're sparkly.
These smell a lot better. For me, they're not as coffee smelling as. This smells like a dessert.
You've lost your love of coffee. You really have.
Why? I've never liked coffee flavored things. Like coffee ice cream does nothing for me. I had a coffee this morning.
But see, if you were watching the video on the Radio Uriah Facebook page and YouTube channel, you can actually see the glitter in these Oreos. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. You don't want to be eating glitter.
I like glitter. I'm more of a sprinkle guy than glitter. But it makes it look good.
I believe it also has gummy worm pieces in it.
I'm liking that.
That's much more.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fairly standard chocolate Oreo.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of indistinguishable from other chocolate Oreos. And there's been many over the years. Visually,
it's got that dirt cake, though.
Visually, you can tell. Taste-wise, not as much. But, I mean, is it good? Yes.
It tastes like dirt cake.
I got to try. Fire. I've got to do this. I only have one Oreo here, but I got to take it apart and try the cream on its own and see what what I'm getting here.
I like that way better than the tiramisu. That was fire.
I just don't think doesn't taste very different from other chocolate Oreos.
I like that.
Like the brownie ones or the fudge brownie, the regular chocolate cream. I don't think it's that. I feel like is this good? Yes. Is it necessary? No, because it's just different package. To me, it feels like different packaging and glitter on a regular chocolate Oreo.
So you're saying the tiramisu, you prefer that one over this chocolate one?
If you give me two, if you held each of them in front of me, which one would I want to eat? The tiramisu, yes.
You think it tasted better?
Yeah, I like it.
You think a tiramisu thin? That's crazy.
Yeah, I do like that a lot.
I wouldn't. The tiramisu thins, I wouldn't even touch again. I don't need them. But
more for me.
The dirt cake Oreos, will they tempt me in the break room? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Would I buy them? No.
Yeah.
But they are good. They are very good. Speaking
of dirt cake, now that I've taken this Oreo apart, it's made a big dirty mess over here. That's our food fight.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Isaiah, I'll just rapid fire the top 10 for you. Or I'll just rapid fire a bunch of them. You tell me when you see the theme that runs with these very obese cities. The most obese city in the United States, McAllen, Texas. Followed by Jackson, Mississippi, Shreveport, Louisiana, Mobile, Alabama, Little Rock, Arkansas, Knoxville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, Lafayette, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's the top 10.
I think I've got it.
Yeah?
You didn't use a Southern accent the whole time and you wanted to.
Yeah. Yes. The South seems to have... Now, Texas might be like, we're not in the South, because I know Texas likes to do that. But, I mean, it's Southern. It's Southern. And the South dominates the list of most obese cities in the United States.
It's all South until we get to number 18. Canton, Ohio. Then, number 20, Youngstown, Ohio. Fort Wayne, Indiana comes in at 23, and everything in between is all Southern states.
I mean, you look at the top 50, or the top 30 at least, is largely southern cities and Ohio is pretty much.
Yeah, we got a lot of Indiana, Michigan, Ohio.
Yeah.
The Midwest, it seems, in the top 50, along with southern states.
A distant second as the most obese region in the United States. What do you chalk this up to? Why is the South so fat?
They got that good cooking down there.
Yeah.
They got that good food. Food's better. That's how it goes.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And so then you ask, is this a problem? Because is the South, if you're an obese area, but that obeseness is because you got good biscuits and gravy, is that actually a problem?
No. I think it's a combo. It's just like a little cause and effect. If you got good food, then you got to be a little bit thicker. That's how it goes. You get all that sweet tea down there that you got.
Yeah.
That better sweet tea. If that's all you're drinking, then you're packing in the cows. That's how it goes.
Yeah. This list is not fair because it only goes up to 100. And so I was looking to see what the least obese city is.
The skinniest place.
Yeah, the skinniest city.
Wouldn't that be way funnier? I mean, going to the fattest city, you know what you're getting. I want to see what the skinniest city looks like. I want to walk around there and see all the skinny people.
Yeah. Well, if you had to guess, what would be the skinniest city?
I don't know. It seems like out west or in the Northeast would be the answer there.
Clearly. The skinniest city in the United States, Seattle, Washington.
No, it's not.
It is, yeah. People real in shape there.
Seattle, Washington, number one skinniest?
Followed by Honolulu, then Boston, Denver, and San Jose is your top 5 skinniest cities. That's where the people stay in shape.
Well, if you're going to live in Hawaii,
you're
going to be on the beach every day, you got to keep it a little thin.
Yeah, surfing, that burns a lot of calories, I imagine. Yeah, I don't know.
And then obviously California, you just can't afford food there. So it makes sense why they're in some of the skinnier spots. San Francisco, San Jose, Salt Lake City, these bottom ones here, and some of those more expensive states. It makes sense.
Yeah, so I guess the answer is, if you want to see, I don't even know if I want to say that, but just imagine being transplanted from Seattle to McAllen, Texas. Think about how much thinner you must seem to everybody there.
Oh, yeah.
If they could just look at you in McAllen, Texas, they can tell. It's like, you must be from Seattle.
You must be from up north,
Yeah.
buddy. You need to get some food in you.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
This is a little segment we like to call our 2 cents, where unlike the rest of the show, Isaiah and I finally get to let loose and share our opinions on whatever we want to talk about. Without further ado, this is our 2 cents.
I got a good one.
Okay?
Last night, the Buckeyes move on to the next round of the Big Ten basketball tournament. This is an I like it in the beginning because that means they're still alive, able to possibly make it in to the big dance, March Madness. But they play Illinois today, and they have to win to stay alive.
Yeah.
Now, this would be a for sure I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've kind of put myself in this weird place now where if Ohio State wins tonight and then loses the following game,
Yeah.
they're in like a weird spot where they like could get into the tournament, but like we don't for sure know. So then I'm setting myself up for failure if they don't get in. Like a month ago, I had completely given up on them even making a run
Yeah.
to March Madness, and now I'm giving myself hope. Is it false hope? I don't know.
Yeah.
For right
You're
now,
be in limbo.
For right now, I'm going to put myself down as, and I like it.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
I got something positive too. I can use my driveway again. And you might be thinking, if you've been an astute listener to the show, you're like, wasn't it weeks ago that you mentioned that your road was having construction on it? Yes, it was. It's been at least 2 weeks since I've been able to park my car in my driveway. There was a moat in front of my house while they redid the curbs and everything. They're eventually going to be redoing the street. But the good news is the moat is filled in enough. The curb, they've taken down the caution tape, and I can park my car in the driveway again. Feels so good. I like it.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
I have another I like it.
Hey,
it's a
doubling
Friday.
up.
Sue me.
Yeah.
Mio. You might be wondering, what's Mio? Mio is that little thing you can squirt into water to make water taste better. I discovered it about 2 weeks ago. It is incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe how it's changed my life drinking water. But before, I was a big Powerade Zero drinker.
Okay.
I'd buy it every week, like a 6-pack of it for like $7. Mio's like $2, and it lasts me like the same amount of time.
Yeah.
To be able to put it in every single water I have. It makes me drink way more water.
Yep.
It tastes so darn good. My life is so much better now that I'm drinking Mio every night.
This is an ad for Mio.
It's hard for me to even describe how much I love it.
We're a non-commercial station, Isaiah. Take it easy.
I don't care. Mio is incredible. You could, if you wanted to, make your water better every single day by drinking it, and I do every single day. I love it.
I got 3 words for you. You like that?
All right, I hate to end things on a negative note,
Of course you will.
I've saved it for this. I went to Target yesterday, and normally I'm a big Target proponent, but particularly yesterday, I mentioned this in a previous R2 cents. I had a rip in my jeans. I thought I could possibly replace some jeans at Target. They've got jeans there, and they do, but their jeans section, disarray. Just no organization whatsoever. Not by brand, not by size, not by style, not by color. It was just a hodgepodge. I might as well have just walked into a dumpster of jeans. But I did find some.
Oh, so is it an I like it or not like it?
It's an I don't like it because it was a mess. It was very difficult for me. I almost just left without buying anything, but then I found this pair for $10 on clearance, and I was like, okay, I'll take $10. I'll take a shot. And if it doesn't work out, I'll go to Kohl's. It works out so far.
But you don't like it.
I don't like it.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.